watch YouTuber, and I watch YouTube videos so that you don't have to. Yeah, I stole that fucking intro. What are you gonna do about it? Cry, baby? Probably nothing. Now let's get on with the review. I at one time had a window just like that. It was amazing. But I think we put a fan in it, and then when we turned it on, a canary got out of a cage, and then it flew into the fan, and then totally fucked the canary up, and it was dead, blood splattered all over the fucking walls, and it was fucking horrible. How'd you credit? Hello, Miss Hamilton. Gotta remember it so you know that. There you go. That's where I stole the intro from. Never acknowledges his fan base, but yet they still love him to death. Check this shit out. A bottle of Fireball, and I'm gonna drink it till I'm all the way dead. Have enough coffee, drugs, or I just don't have enough anything really at this point to keep this shit. Oh my god. Till next time, remember, not everybody's an asshole, but Steve Jobs sure as shit is. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. And today we're going to have a really cool show for you. And believe it or not, this will be my first ever movie review, except it's not a movie review so much as it is a television series review. And today, just as the title suggests, we will be talking about the new Quantum Leap series. You know, generally, I'm against reboots or remakes or reimaginings or whatever you want to call them. But this is supposedly a continuation. Yeah, like that makes it better. But anyway, if done right, sometimes they can be, believe it or not, very good. But history will tell you that reboots or remakes or reimaginings are, they're pretty well shit. So, but today we're going to be taking a look at the new Quantum Leap series, the 2022 brand spanking new Quantum Leap series. And I have watched the first 2 episodes of this particular series. And this will be going into heavy spoilers. So let me just go ahead and put that warning at the top of your screen. There we go. All right, heavy spoilers ahead. Now, with that being said, I am, of course, a fan of the original show. This right here. Yeah, look at those 2 guys right there on the screen. Now, this was the original show. Dr. Sam Beckett and Al Ramadici, whatever the fuck his last name was, played, of course, by none other than Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart moment there for a second. But today we will be talking about the 2022 not reimagining. God dang it, what do they call it? I guess you call it a sequel. The 2022 sequel, Quantum Leap. Now, this show is a pretty has a lot of there's a lot of opinions out there. But you know how opinions go. Opinions are like assholes, and everybody's got one. And you know what the fuck comes out of them. Enough said about that. But this new Quantum Leap series, it isn't too bad. I mean, I watched the first 2 episodes, and I don't see what all the critics are ranting and raving about. I think a lot of times we get nostalgic for a particular show, and we want that show to be exactly like the other show, or at least have
the old characters that was in the old show. Now, this show doesn't have any of the old characters over from the other show. And as we know, Dean Stockwell passed away, I think like a couple years ago. But here's the thing. Now, there had been a lot of talk about Scott Bakula coming back to play the role of Sam in either a small cameo or a full-time part of the show as either a mentor, or maybe they go back and they find him and they resolve the issues that occurred in the original series, which he was stuck leaping. He was just stuck leaping and he never made it back home. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Quantum Leap, the original, well, heck, this show, the new Quantum Leap, kind of gives us a recap of the old Quantum Leap. And here is the quoted text, which I'm going to have to mute up because, copyright strike and all that crap. Here's the quoted text. Theorizing that one could travel within his own lifetime, in 1995, Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the quantum accelerator and vanished. After years of attempting to bring him home, the project was abandoned. Until now. Now, the new series follows Dr. Ben Song and his fiancee, Jennifer something or another. I really don't know, because these names are really unforgettable. I mean, once you've heard them, and I have watched 2 episodes, and I actually had to go back and look up this guy's character's name for this video, because they are very forgettable. I mean, you can remember a name like Dr. Samuel Beckett and Al Calamici and whatever. But these characters, I can't remember their names at all. In fact, one guy I call the gay computer tech man. That's how much I know of these character names. Now, there is one guy that they call Magic, who was in one episode of the original series, who is portrayed here by Ernie Hudson. And man, does he do a good job of portraying that one guy that was in that one show that one time. Let me tell you. Anyway, so the first leap here is, it's an accidental leap. He doesn't even realize he did it. He goes back. Let's see here. Of course, I can't show any clips of what's going on because, what the heck is it showing that for? Gosh dang it, where is the gosh dang, the thing I want in the show is not the thing I want to see. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, there's good old Ernie Hudson right there. I know I'm going back and forth through pictures here. Good old Winston Zeddemore himself, Ernie Hudson. But let's see if we get a picture here of, well, that's as close as you're going to get, folks. Anyway, his first leap here is a leap that takes him into a getaway car of a bank robbery. And he's some kind of like 30-year-old white guy with a beard. And the other guy is a 30-year-old white guy with a beard. And, oh yeah, spoiler alerts here. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I put spoiler alert warnings up on the screen. So if you guys don't know that there aren't spoiler alerts while I just said spoiler alerts, then you're shit out of luck. Boy, I really went on the tangent there, didn't I? Anyway, so he leaps into a guy who's a getaway driver for this bank robber guy. But actually, I don't know if he's a bank robber guy or a jewelry robber guy. But either way, he gets in a sticky situation when he ends up in this van that he doesn't know how to drive because it's a stick shift. And I find that fucking hilarious because, well, number one, even me at 45 years old, I don't even know how to drive a fucking stick shift. So it kind of answers, that question. If you went back in time and you got into one of those kind of vehicles, which mostly a lot of those vehicles back in those days were stick shift, would you be able to drive it? And then when you think about it, Dr. Sam Beckett, he was raised like in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s and whatnot. So would he be able to drive a stick shift? Now, this timeline takes place right where the other one left off. It picks up from 1995, which was their future, which the show started in 1989, but the what was going on in the show, the world in which they lived in, was 1995. So we're talking about, I don't know, a lot of years into the future, because this show takes place in present time, which is kind of weird when you think about it. Shouldn't this show take place in the future, since the other show, which was filmed in the 80s, took place in the future of the 90s? Then this show, which takes place in 2022, shouldn't that also be like, I don't know, 10, 15 years into the future? I don't know. It's weird. But there's a lot that can be said about this show. And I probably ranted and raved about it so far, but I really do like this show. Now, here's some things I don't like about it. I don't like the theme song. I don't like the leaping effects. The leaping effects are kind of generic looking. And I would show you clips, but they're from Peacock and NBC. And, also, let's face it, I got it downloaded off the site. It's not really, I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, I'll get a copyright strike. I'll get my channel taken down, and no thank you. But it doesn't play theme song, and I love that fucking theme song. I mean, could they not got the rights to it? I mean, it was the same writer who wrote the original show, not writer, but the same creator who created the original show. Couldn't he talk to the music guy and been like, "Hey, yo, music guy, can we use your song for this new series?" I mean, they could have, they didn't have to use the exact song. They could have used a little bit of the song, then punched it up like, do 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 do, and then punched it up and been like, do 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 do. Some shit like that. I don't know. But anyway, overall, I gotta say, this is a good show. And the critics don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And people are really missing out. It respects the original source material. And there's a lot of things that go on in the acceleration chamber, or not the acceleration chamber, but whatever the hell that big room with all the computers is. The B team, as everyone seems to be calling it, they're showing what's going on over there, and then they're showing what's going on with this Dr. Song guy, Dr. Ben Song. Now, here's the twist. The lady that, they switched genders. The lady who is basically Al, the hologram, she was his fiancée. Now, of course, as everybody knows, when you step into the quantum leap accelerator, your brain turns into Swiss cheese. So, of course, Ben doesn't remember that he had a fiancée, let alone who the hell she was. So it kind of works out for the show's favor, but I do suspect that somewhere down the line, they are going to reveal it to him. as he starts getting his memory back more and more, just like Dr. Sam Beckett did in the original. Now, the other complaints I do have about is the special effects from where he leaps into people does look kind of underwhelming. I mean, the original show, you had lights come on, and then boom, he was into the body and he was shocked into the body. And we saw him leap into the body. And this one, he's just, for some reason, they always show him at like a laying down angle. He's laying down, his head's like this or something. He goes, his eyes are open. He's like, what the hell? Like he awoke out of a horrible fucking nightmare or something. I don't know. But anyway, other than that, I really do like the show. I think it's going in the right direction. And spoiler alert, Al's daughter is in the show too. Now, what I didn't realize is she is actually in it at the very beginning. I was going to show a clip of her being in it at the very beginning, but then I thought better of it because I'll definitely get a copyright strike of that and I'll be taken down and, But at the very beginning, you see this room of computers, okay? And at first, I thought that this was their headquarters or what not have you, but no, it's actually the secret room, which we see later, that is discovered by Ernie Hudson and Al's, well, no, not Al's wife, but they talk to Al's wife in the show that leads them to this secret room in his daughter's house. So at the very beginning of the show, she's sitting in front of the computer console. Maybe I'll show a picture of it. I don't know. But yeah, so if you pay close attention, that's who's talking to Ben at the very beginning. So yeah. Here's actually a picture of that. Check this out. That was her at the computer terminal. Now, of course, I took the sound off, and I'm probably going to talk over that. But yeah, that was her at the very beginning, and we do see her, spoiler alert, in the second episode towards the very end. And the thing is, they don't know why Ben stepped into the accelerator, why he started the Quantum Leap project all over again, but they have clues along the way. And they find this special little flash drive. Yeah, you can tell I know a lot about computers. Flash drive, which shows this expanded universe of all the different possibilities that you could leap from. And I think what they're trying to do eventually, I don't know how many episodes or how many seasons, if they get, which I'm hoping they get a lot of seasons of this damn thing, maybe eventually we'll have an episode which will feature Scott Bakula. I'm just putting this out there. Or maybe even Scott Bakula's daughter. Who knows? Well, not his daughter, but Sam Beckett. You know what I'm saying. But who knows? There are a lot of assholes out there who are complaining about the show already. Well, not all of them are assholes, and not everyone is an asshole. But everyone has an asshole, and you know what the fuck comes out of them. So anyway, I'm going to be watching a lot more of this Quantum Leap series. It's on every Monday night, I think. Yeah, hold on. Let me take a look here. Yeah, every Monday night. And Peacock TV, or, just wherever you can see it on the internet, I suppose. If you know what I mean. Huh? What's that? What do you mean my computer's running too slow because I watch Quantum Leap? forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button for more Mask YouTuber content, baby. Oh yeah. Jam out to that quantum leap, baby. Woo! Oh boy.